So I was scrolling the interwebs this morning and I found this headline coming in from AOL. Missed Nvidia in 2009. This rare signal is flashing again. For me to even be able to find out what stock it was, I had to read the whole article, and then they're like, you want to know what it is? Put in your email address. So I've been waiting. But it's coming. The email has arrived. It only took 5 minutes. And along with even better things. And these, honestly, you guys, there's a setup. I'm like, come on. Usually I get these, and it is a stay the frack away. Motley Fool issues total conviction buy alert. And they actually helped me out back in the day. Honest to goodness. He said, whatever you do, just buy SPY, S&P 500. So I was like, okay. Because I didn't know the stock market. And I'm like, all right, that one was pretty good. And I learned how to swing trade it even better. Then with leverage, what? It's like you just keep refining how to make money. And then at market open, and it just keeps getting better. CEO invests $2.6 billion in one stock, which some people are paying $100,000 a month for Intel. I say, okay. You guys want to know what what you paid for? This was, if you wanted insider, I'm just giving it to you. Just came into my email box. It's new U.S. territory. What? Are we doing this again? So just FYI, $2.6 billion on a conviction is nothing compared to this one. Biggest trading losses of all time. Situational awareness. He actually beat Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan Chase by bigly. Look at that. They're like, thanks, kid. We appreciate it. Now we don't look so stupid after all. To now, breaking news. I'm not going to have you wait. I'm going to tell you what. Actually, there's two of them. There's Rocket Labs. You ready? And there's DoorDash. Which one first? Because if someone has a $3 billion conviction, maybe we should look at it. Let's take a look at Rocket Labs first. This is on the daily time frame. This is where I turn on my Bravo indicators. 56 years in the making. When you see Shamu come up, that's a top. When you see that pop up, see the little plus, that's a 789. That's a top. You see purple, and that's a bottom. That's a top. See? Bottom. Top. Top. Just so you can see big picture. Always link in the description for my indicators. Sell off little. Couldn't. No. There you go. Let me make a little. And then, whoop, here we are again. There's your entry. Which, if you would have entered somewhere between here and there, I mean, and you cut through the 200, that's not bad. What do you get? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I didn't realize it was so. That's 23%. Okay. But now after that pop with purple, you guys are kind of consolidating now. It doesn't know. And oh, you are caught between the Bravo 9 and the 200. You are currently under the 9. Again, if you want to enter it, C move. Probably should have grabbed it there. One candle close above the Bravo 9. 23%. Dang. Also, you could go higher. You're not like overbought. Okay, so that is one down, and we have more to go. And we have, look at this. These are the analysts. They're smart. We have Micron. Will Micron stock jump another 200%? Let's go. We'll have to chart that. Also, when you guys are stuck and you're like, I don't have anything to trade. Like you can see, that was a C setup. I have, look, it shows you. Easy, here. Click button. That's a setup. And since this is a new channel, I can slash the price to $60. That's a couple dollars a day. The stock screener, it's what I trade. And this morning was another range day. And if you are going through the course, you have two primary setups. Setup number one. Orb, range day. You measure it and you have to wait for a breakout. First candle I took, I made a little money. It was by accident. The second candle, I said, okay, I made a little money. I'm like, okay, we must be going short today. I wasn't convicted. Made a little bit of money, waited for like it to kind of break and go. That's what'll happen. It'll be like, yay, there we go. And it'll just keep going. You're like, look it, you're just paying for everything today. But we turned back around and I had a short set at the 200. I was sweating a little bit. It started to clear it. And then I'm like, okay, thank you. So this is a B setup. This is my whack-a-mole. It's in the no-no zone. This is hard to trade. Until finally you get under it, you short it, you get color change, short it, right? And then that's it. And this was an $1,800 move just right there. If you want to know how me and 50 to 60,000 other students put numbers on the board, it's because we do this. People will say, if it's that easy, then everyone would do it. It's not that easy, and you have to know specific things, like how I trade the 2-minute, how I trade crypto, how I trade the 1 day, how I trade major indices, how would I trade a gap. I only trade on these. What indicators do I use for what time frame and what stock? It all is different. But once you figure it out, you're like, this is like taking candy from a baby. But if you don't know it, this could become very overwhelming. Like I said, Rocket Labs, this is how I would trade it on the daily. I would only use a Bravo special kit. I don't know what you get. I change names. This is where I do my swing trades. And I want big beatdowns like they talked about MU. Micron Technology. Shamu, we sell off. But this, you could be like, okay, swing trade. Nah, gave it up. Swing, nah. This is absolutely no conviction. You're like, but if I get it here, that would have been like that. It's no. Rocket Labs, I liked that. That was good. Usually when you see these guys talking about it, like Micron, it's up 3%, right? All of these. It's usually like when it's up. For 2.6 billion, not an A setup, I'll pass. And here's another one for my investors. What is this? See, this is going down. This is Nike. I think their motto is just sell it. Now investors will go, okay, it's never been lower. This is the best time to buy. They've been saying that for months. Well, guess what? It keeps going down. Breaking news, I shall put on said chart almost 200, 180. Oh, okay, it's never been lower. Oh, and you know this chart, it's a cheat sheet. This is what it looks like. And then it just keeps selling off. So it's no longer 175, 180. It is now, where are you guys at? That's $39. You know how many times you're going to have to double? 40 bucks, 40, 80, 80. I don't know what's at 120. I mean, you ain't getting your money back. I'm just trying to be hopeful for my Nike friends out there. You're just, you got a falling wedge. It's just way too big. And you'd have to break that to go long. And by the time you finally broke that, you're already extended 30%. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is right there. That was considered overextended. This thing came up and it said, we're going the other way. And we went the other way. That was probably at 45 bucks, about 47 to be exact. So even when it goes up there, it's going to be screaming at you. If you're like, how was I supposed to know? I thought, everyone wears Nikes. If you just would have turned on one simple line, that is your 200. You are far, far away from the 200. You have momentum down. Do you see? It's pointing down. And you're under the 200. It's basically that motto, once again, sell it. You're above the 200, you click the buy button, like yields. Yields go up. Yields in triangle. Yields above a 200. Yields on a trend line going up. Did you see the Nike one going down? So it's like an 80-20. If you break that, well, then things change. What I don't want you to be is, oh, look at this, 200,000% upsell. This CEO is betting $3 billion on it. I just put this in the course yesterday. Here is all of retail, okay? The news, the shills, people get paid. Where is Jimmy? I'm not saying Jimmy does, but you may want to look into that. People get paid to pump something, and then they rug pull. And maybe there's founder shares or that they have to get out of, so then they They go all over social media. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Let's go back to, you don't want to miss what happened in 2001. And then everyone goes in and then they switch shares. Okay. You hold my founder's shares, rug pull, there it goes. And here's your typical 200-day moving average. I buy retail, and then it goes down there, and then retail sells. And then it bounces, and then they buy up there because there's excitement, but you and I are selling because we grab the swing trade up. Everything that I do is math, and I hate math. Everything that I do is also history. So if you take history, because everyone does the same thing, humans do the same thing every time. If you take history and just something that always repeats, you have an 80-20, sometimes 85-15. If you know what buttons to click and when to click them, you're Vegas. The odds are in your favor. That's why I have an online course, step by step, everything that you need to know, all the pitfalls. I've done them. I am not smarter than you. I'm actually relatively stupid. Would you like to see my senior year grade 12 report card? This was basically from kindergarten to all the way to my college. I don't know. Look, economics, D. They had to give me a D. Otherwise, I don't graduate. There was no way around you get a D. Absolutely failed econ. Econ 2. Chalk an F in there. Speech. You see? I'm trying to do that now. F. That's 2 Fs. Auto shop. Auto 2AB. That's 3 Fs. See? Not too smart. And it's 2. Like, okay, I've went from I do know how to clean the windows to changing the oil. 3 Fs. I was on the volleyball team because I am so tall. Got a C. Advanced and 20th Century Wars. GPA 0.60. So in no way, shape, or form am I smarter than you. I just know, I was showing my friend this, where I entered and when I'm going to exit. I know where to click the stupid buttons. It's 2 buttons. It's a buy and a sell. That's it. Don't be tricked by these guys and sign up for the email and DoorDash. I didn't go into Dash. Sorry. Maybe tomorrow. Click subscribe. We'll do Dash tomorrow. Just learn the charts. It's kind of easy. And for an idiot. And with that, I'll see you in the next trade.